So, if we go to the first checklist, the first checklist is the pre-start checklist.
Correct.
Okay. So, pre-flight is complete. I'd say that you did a thorough job of making sure that the airplane appears to be airworthy.
Correct.
Okay. So next, restraint system fastened. You have yours on. If you would hand me the...
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So, I am properly restrained. Parking brake set. There's your parking brake. So pull it out. Use that thumb lock to lock it into place once you get it up. There you go. Hold the thumb down and let go with your fingers. There you go.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Fuel selector on the fullest tank. Remember which tank was the fullest?
So we go to left.
So go to the left, yes, sir. Okay. So radios, listen to ATIS and then off. ATIS or ATIS is the automated terminal, meaning airport information system. So in order to listen to that, we have to turn on the master switch. Okay. We'll turn on the radio master. And ATIS is on COM 2. Right now, COM 1 is selected on our audio control panel, so if you'll turn that to COM 2, and we'll put it overhead. So if we put it overhead, I'll just throw it on the speaker.
For approach and use, landing and departing runways 27 right and 27 left.
So I'll take some notes.
That's this weather information available, high watts, flight watch, and flight service frequencies. Notice to airmen. Caution for orange traffic barriers on taxiway Charlie between Bravo and Charlie 3. Advise on initial contact you have Bravo.
They probably changed it about 5 minutes ago, so it should be fresh. They'll give it a letter designation.
Information Bravo, time 2347 Zulu, wind 270 at 8, visibility 25, sky clear. Temperature 18, dew point minus 08, altimeter 3018. Localizer Delta in visual approach and use, landing and departing runways 27 right and 27 left. As this weather information available, high watts, flight watch, and flight service frequencies. Notice to airmen, caution for orange traffic barriers on taxiway Charlie between Bravo and Charlie 3. Advise on initial contact you have Bravo.
Okay, so that's all I needed to know. So I'm going to go over here to COM 1 and I'm going to turn that off. Okay, we'll turn this back off and get ready to start. So here's what he told us, Clint. He told us that the winds are right down the runway, 270 at 08. Our runways are they're pointed 270, basically. Okay, so we have no crosswind at all. It's just right down the runway. It's perfect. Okay, our altimeter setting is 30.18. They say 3018. They don't give you the point. So we'll set that now. So if you turn this and look at the little indicator, set that for 3018 in the Colesman window. Up, come back. You're right. Come down. So there's 3010.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Then 12. Go the other way. So there's 10, 12, 14. Keep going.
Oh, I got
16.
Okay. Right there.
A little more.
Okay.
18. There you go. So 3018. We can verify that. We know that we're sitting at about a little less than 400 feet is this field elevation here. Sure enough, looks like it's reading about 400 feet.
Okay.
Right? If everything was pointed straight up, we'd be at 0 feet above sea level. Gillespie Field is at 388 feet above sea level, and it's reading about 388.
Each one of these increments is 1,000 feet?
Well, it's 1,000 for the little hand. It's 100 for the big hand.
Gotcha.
So right now, it's less than 1,000,
right,
and it's reading almost 4, so we're about 400 feet. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've done that. So now passengers briefed. We have a passenger today, so here's the briefing.
Yes, sir.
Mark. Here's what will happen. We're going to taxi off and go on out there. You don't have anything to mess with back there other than your headset. If you have any problems communicating, tap us on the shoulder. The one thing that I would ask you to help us with while you're doing your other duties back there is that since you're going to be doing some sightseeing, keep an eye out for airplanes. If there's an airplane you think we ought to see, tap either one of us on the shoulder and then point. And you can talk to us on the headset. It is an intercom. Okay? And you can say airplane on the left, airplane on the right. So we always appreciate an extra pair of eyes.
Roger.
Okay? If the passenger were sitting up front, Clint, then you would ask them to not manipulate anything on the instrument panel without your permission first. Don't have them up there tuning radios or, trying to get the ball game, because they ain't going to get it. Okay? And the other thing that I want the passengers to know is how to get in and out of the airplane. So we only have one door on this airplane, Mark. The door is on my side. It has two latches. If something were to happen to me, there's a latch on the top and a latch here. That locks it. To get out, we have to push that forward and this up and push it out. If for any reason we need to get out of this airplane quickly, okay, some crazy reason, okay, I have to get out first. I will assist you out, so I'll stand on the wing and I'll assist you out. You leave the plane and go to the back of the plane, whatever direction that is. Go past the tail, don't go past the prop. And then I'll assist you out and we'll both meet him behind the airplane. Got it? Okay?
Got it.
That's a passenger brief. We'll leave the door open for startup. Get a little breeze in here. It's also known as the air conditioner. Okay, so passengers have been briefed. So now we're going to start our starting checklist. Okay, the starting checklist says all electrical equipment off. So we'll turn that off. We had that on the whole time. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's turn this. So that's off. Set mixture to rich. Make sure that the carburetor heat is off. We'll learn more about carburetor heat in ground school. Okay. Prime as required. This plane has been flown today, so it does not need to be primed. I don't believe it felt a little warm on the deal, so we're going to use the throttle pump to start it. It has an accelerator pump on the throttle, kind of like an old Ford.
Give it some goose.
Give it some goose, you bet. Okay, so turn the master switch back on. Okay, electric fuel pump on. Check the fuel pressure. Back down. Okay. So we just check to make sure that this is a backup pump, make sure that it works. Okay. Propeller area clear. I'm clear on the right.
Clear on the left.
Clear! All right. So you have the key. You crank, and you use the left hand there and right hand here. Feet on the brakes to back up this. The brakes are those toe pieces up on above the rudder, right? Ready?
Wait a minute. Make sure I'm not trying to shove the firewall out.
Yeah, that's fine. There you go. Almost. Okay. All right, so we'll pull it back here. Ready? We pull it back to 1,000 RPM. Watch the oil pressure come up right away, and then we'll turn on that anti-collision light. Okay, that's the battery light. Yeah, right. Easy on the battery. Okay. So we pull it back to 1,000, check oil pressure. All of this is on the checklist, but if we wait forever to get to oil pressure, we want to check that immediately upon start.
Because if it's low, we're going to kill the motor.
Yeah, and save the motor. Okay, so back to your checklist, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, we are...
after starts, number 11, anti-collision light on as well.
Ignition lights.
We don't need those. It's not nighttime yet.
Oil pressure check.
We already did that.
That's good.
Flaps are retracted. You did that getting in.
Yep.
All right, so radio's on. So turn on the radio master. We can do a mic check and headset check. So click on the master switch. Okay, mic check.
Mic check.
How much you want?
Yeah, I got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, Mark, move your microphone just a little closer to your lips. Give me a count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, good. You're breaking the score. All right, sounds good. So we have that on. What's next? Radio set to ground control. Next.
Transponder standby.
All right, let's make sure it's... That's the transponder. That's the one that gives the information.
And the score for VFR flights, you'll learn more about this, but when we're flying around and we're not on a flight plan or we're not flying instruments, what they want us to squawk, the FAA says, we must squawk 1200. That lets them know that we're following a certain set of rules for our kind of flight. Okay, and they know what those rules are, and they know we know what those rules are. Okay, if we were going on a long cross country and we wanted radar flight following, or we were on a flight plan, they might give us a special squawk, and they would know that we are 8441 Bravo, Cherokee, 160 horsepower, and we're going from here to Phoenix or whatever the flight plan. Right. So then they have more information, but this just gives them basic information. When we turn this to altitude, ALT, which we'll do before we take off, you will see pressure altitude show up here, and it will give them how high we are above sea level.
Okay.
Based on a particular setting. So it may not be accurate to this, but it will be, everybody else is on the same setting on these. These are kind of all set to a universal.
Right.
Exactly. So they know that two blips aren't going to bump into one another.
Yeah,
That's what that's all about. Yeah, they don't want that to happen. Okay, so we've got the plane started. So now we want to taxi out. So get rid of your parking brake. Keep your feet on your other brakes and drop the parking brake. So take your thumb off the deal, pull up and drop. Okay, so now we're going to go out and turn this way. So we'll start rolling. So I'll get us out of the parking space here. So I've got it. I've got the flight controls. So I'm going to taxi forward and cross over the cable.
Runway 27 right.
I'll make my turn. I'm going to get on the yellow line.
Cross runway 35.
And then I'm going to check my brakes. I'm going to let you check your brakes. Give me both brakes at the same pressure. Beautiful. Now look back over your shoulder and make sure we didn't leave any oil or fluids from where we started up. You don't see a shiny spot, right?
No.
Good. So far so good.
You have the controls?
I have the controls. I'll just get us out of the parking area.
You don't want to see me put up the swale?
What's that?
You don't want to see me put up the swale?
No.
6 Charlie Tango, go left to the ground.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Taxi eastbound, and then I'll call you right turn.
You're in the no-wake zone.
Yeah.
You'll call me right, 6 Charlie Tango.
So I'm going to get up on this little crown here and stop. So from the last flight, you remember what we need to do, right? We need to call them up and ask for permission to taxi out to the runway we want.
Correct.
Okay? So the call is, we have information Bravo, right?
Yes.
So we're going to call them up and we're going to tell them Gillespie ground, Cherokee 8441 Bravo. We don't have to say the end. 8441 Bravo at Golden State with Bravo, taxi 27 right. He's going to come back and tell us how to get there. He's going to give us taxi directions.
Okay.
Okay? You want to...
No.
Nope. Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. You know.
I would rather...
That's fine. That's
I
why I
don't
asked.
want to make a fool of myself.
Tango, your next right turn there is Alpha. Taxi southbound. Southbound Alpha, 6 Charlie Tango.
Gillespie ground, Cherokee 8441 Bravo at Golden State with Bravo, taxi 27 right.
Cherokee 8441 Bravo, Gillespie ground, runway 27 right. Taxi via Bravo and Delta.
Bravo Delta 27 right, Cherokee 41 Bravo. Okay, you have the flight controls.
6 Charlie Tango, you did say
head that away.
Correct.
I got your list.
6 Charlie Tango.
Start. Just get over the crown here and
6
then
Charlie Tango.
go that away.
You're halfway down. Off your left side, you see the blue trim hangers. That's high performance. You can cross runway 35 at Alpha 2. Alpha 2, crossing active. 6 Charlie Tango, sir.
Let's figure out if it's fuel Golden State Safari East.
All right, so keep your hand on here. We have a little bit of a
Bravo.
Bravo, open fuel.
we have a little bit of a crosswind from the left front, so we're going to turn this into it to keep that wing down. Okay. Stay on the center line. Steer with your feet.
Fuel truck, or pass behind the fuel.
Steer with your rudder pedals.
Right, sir, I got the fuel truck inside Tally Hill. I'll pass behind 6 Charlie Tango. Thank you.
Just kind of hold that in the far left. That way you won't be tempted to steer with it. Just steer with your feet. Good.
To get a foot marker in this thing, I can never feel where my feet are down there.
I know. If you keep your heels on the floor, then you're not going to be on the brakes. You're going to be on the rudder pedals portion.
Got pretty big feet. They're up there.
Yeah. Good. Here, I'll turn on a little circulation, and I'm going to open this little storm door. Get a little air back here. All right. So we're on Bravo. You see the sign here where you have a yellow B against the black field?
Correct.
That's the taxiway you're on. The black letters on the yellow field is the taxiway you're about to cross. We're about to cross Bravo 4.
Okay.
We're coming up. You'll see where you have the yellow B. Now you got a black D for Delta. Delta is a taxiway that goes in two directions. We're going to go to the right. So we're coming up on Delta. We're going to turn right.
Okay. We want to follow the yellow line.
Follow the little yellow line. I'm going to slow us down just a touch, okay? So you have it. You're going to have to push with the rudder pedal. Push, 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 push harder, harder, all the way around. There you go. Perfect. Stay on the center line. We're kind of going a little bit uphill here, so we need a touch more throttle to get there, yeah. Now, if you'll come right about 6 inches worth, just come to the right, come to my side a little bit more. Right about there, that's right about there. See where the yellow line's coming out underneath the cowling?
Yes.
That's the center line, so your nose wheel is right on the yellow paint.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So you gotta, a lot about flying is about sight pictures. That's what we're gonna go up and explore over the cement pond. It's about sight pictures.
Delta 3, taxi to CFA.
Turkey 422 Delta Gillespie ground, taxi via Delta.
22 Delta, taxi via Delta, 22 Delta, to CFA.
Okay, so we're going to turn left and then turn right, go to the end and go to the far end, just like we did last time.
Okay.
Now, when we make this turn, I pulled the power back a little, we want to watch this gyro and this gyro just to make sure they're working. Okay, good. They're working. The little ball's free to move around, so we don't have to look at that anymore. Come on around, follow the yellow line to the far end. Push, push, push with the left. There you go. And then we're going to stop on the T there. Remember to use the brakes. It's an equal amount of pressure both toes. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's perfect.
I must be pushing up on a bar up underneath that fuselage.
If you go up high enough, there is a bar way up there.
There it is. There, I got it.
But if you push your toes up, you'll feel a little
impression.
A little stop for your toes. If you slide your feet up, you'll feel a little stop where the soles of your shoes stop.
Okay.
So there's a little lip up there, and that's the top of the rudder pedal. So you don't want to go up above that where you can feel that little lip.
That's what I was pushing
under.
it. Yeah.
So go up to just to that stop, and you'll notice my feet aren't small, but my feet, when my toes are all the way up there, my heels can't touch the floor.
Okay.
And then when I go to use the rudder, then my heels come back down to the floor and slide back and
So
forth.
basically slide up into it.
Slide up
Don't
into
lift,
it.
because when I lifted, that's when I bit in the bar.
Yeah, then if you get all the way up, you'll get to a strut, and then you can't do it. Okay, we're here. So the first order of business, it's not on the list, but I'm going to switch frequencies. We don't need to listen to taxi instructions anymore, so I'm going to turn over to the tower. And so here's your checklist. Pre-takeoff run-up.
Brake set.
Yes, sir. Next.
Fuel selector on fullest tank.
So still on the left, that's fine.
We're still good. Throttle smoothly to 2,000 RPM.
Yes, sir. I'll neutralize the ailerons, take it to 2,000 and leave it there. Go ahead and push it on up. You can be pretty assertive with that. Just make sure the plane's not rolling. You know, if it is, be sure to catch it with brakes. All right, so put it up at 2,000. You're at 21, bring her back down a little bit. Bring her down and split the 20.
I'm going to ask a stupid question.
Yeah.
Why am I not seeing the RPM?
Right there. Oh,
Down
I'm
here.
sorry. I thought you were looking at it.
I was.
Okay. It's
Okay.
It's right
Got it.
there. You were looking for something to move, and it's
Yes.
out of your sight line.
Yes,
so
it was.
split the 20. Okay, great.
Okay. Engine instruments within green. So we're green.
We got 3 of them.
Green. We're all
Green
good.
and green, all good.
Carb heat. Check for RPM drop.
All right, that's this device here. Push it down, watch your RPM. Good, went down, now put it back up. That means it's working.
Correct. Magneto's checked. Max dropped at 124 RPM.
All right, so that's the key. So 1 click to the left, watch the RPM. 1 click back. All right. Now 2 clicks to the left.
Okay,
Good.
that means
drop,
okay.
and then back up.
That's
that means
both.
they're working, and they're back
Right.
to both. So when it's both, all 8 spark plugs are firing. We have full RPM. When we shut half the spark plugs off, one each in each of the cylinders, we get a little less efficient fuel burn, and so we get a little less RPM.
Correct.
Okay, a little less power. Okay, next.
Vacuum pressure 4.5 to 5.1.
All right, vacuum at this RPM should be real close to 5, and it's perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Oil pressure within green.
Oil pressure and temperature, we just double check those again.
Okay.
All right.
Throttle down to 1,000 RPM.
Yes, sir. So you just yank that on back down close to 1,000. Close counts. There you go. Good enough.
Okay. Carb heat off. Rest to test.
All right, that's the three
Good.
warning lights. All three light bulbs work. Great. Next.
Flight instruments, check and set.
Remember the 6-pack of the flight instruments?
I don't.
All right. Airspeed indicating 0, which is good. If it was saying 100, it's probably broken, right? The attitude indicator is level and stabilized. That's what we're looking for. And I'm watching it while we taxi it out. We have the altimeter set. It should be plus or minus 75 feet of field elevation. Field elevation is 388. By golly, it looks very close to 388.
Perfect.
Okay. We checked this during our taxi. Okay. And the ball was free to move, and this is level now, and it moved when we were making the turn. We don't use that a lot. This is more important for instrument flight, but I want to make sure that it does work. Okay, this is our heading indicator. Okay, this is a gyroscopic heading indicator, but in order to work, it needs to be aligned with the compass.
Okay.
So the compass is telling us that we are headed in a direction 310 degrees, 310 degrees, and the way we say it in aviation is 310. So we need to tune this to match. So use the left button, push it in, and rotate that compass card to match. 310.
There. No, other way. What are you doing?
Other way, yes sir. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I wanted you to catch it. That's perfect.
Okay.
So is it about 310 from your point of view, right?
Air off, but we're
Close. All right, good. All right, and then the last instrument is the vertical speed indicator. It shows climbs or descents. It's showing a very, very slight climb. It's a little out. If I had a mini screwdriver, I could adjust it, but that'll be our new 0. If we're doing straight and level, that's what it should look like.
Got it.
Okay? And then these are nav instruments. We're not going to use those. We don't need them for today's mission. Okay. So that's done. What's next?
Flight controls, free and correct.
Flight controls, free and correct. So put your left hand on the yoke. Thumb up. Turn thumb up. Point that thumb to that aileron, and that aileron needs to be up. Thumbs up, aileron up. Other aileron's got to be down.
Correct.
Now we go to this side. Thumb up, aileron up, aileron down.
Correct.
Now pull back and look at your stabulator in the back. Up, right, down.
Okay.
Now let's hit all 4 corners. Left, back, over, right, back to left. And we just made sure that nothing was binding up any of the controls.
Full free in all
Full
directions.
freedom. All right, next.
Flaps is required. There'll be no flaps.
No flaps today.
Trim, rudder, and elevator set.
Okay. Rudder's fine. Okay. Elevator. It was set for landing, so I'm going to roll it back. You'll learn how to set this.
Okay.
That's about the right spot for takeoff. It's kind of between the neutral and the down position. It's kind of been rubbed out by fingers over time, but that's about the right spot.
I see it now.
Okay.
Barely. But
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just been rubbed out by greasy hands.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Seats, check, tracks locked.
Okay, ours are set. Yours is fixed back there, Mark.
It's good.
Okay.
Restraint system fast.
All right. Please make sure that your seat belts are secure and snug. Okay.
Door and windows closed and latched.
I've got that. It's done.
Okay. Mixture set.
All right. We're near sea level, so it'll be full rich. If we were taking off out of Big Bear, it'd be something other than that. I'd show you that. Okay.
Electric boost pump on.
That was that electric fuel boost pump. So we do that for takeoff and for landing. Okay.
Fuel selector confirm fullest tank.
Right.
We are on the left tank.
We are.
Engine gauges verify.
Double check. Make sure everything's still good. We don't see any smoke or flames. All good. All right.
Radios on and transponder on the altimeter.
Right. So let's turn that to altimeter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. Altitude encoding. So look at there. So it's saying the pressure altitude is 200. Okay. Pressure altitude is what this would read if we tune this to standard pressure, which is 29 or 902. We're up almost a 3020. So that's why you see a 200-foot difference here. But everybody's flying on the same rules, so everybody here at this airport's sitting there with it showing about 200. Okay. There we go. So that's done.